We come to church and it's time to give offering to God. It's offering time, blessing time. Please take your seat and let's worship the Lord. Most of us will just drop anything. But you know, in the same service, if the man of God start calling your phone numbers and giving them your grandmother's name, now you will sign a check. You just gave 100 naira now when it was offering time. Now when they start prophesying and saying, tickling the covetousness, the idols that are in your heart, because the real reason why you are here is not for him. You are here because you want to marry, you want to go Canada. So if I start prophesying that God just showed me that there's a man, your name is Gideon, and you have applied for Canada and you are waiting, you will remove 2 million naira and put here. So the reason why you are here is not because you want to see him, it's because you want Canada, you want the door to Canada to open. So all these Babylonian prophets and apostles, they know it. So what they do is they serve the meal you want to eat. And they are rich, they can be rich. You know, Papa, the Laodicean church became very rich. The time Jesus walked out of that church, they did not even realize that he wasn't there anymore. He was outside and knocking, and nobody inside was hearing him. The church was now big. The people inside are rich. They say we are rich and we have become very rich and we need nothing. And Jesus is answering from outside, say, look at you, poor, miserable, and wretched and blind. Are you with me? Idolatry. So check your heart. Maybe someday when I come back, if the Lord permits, I'll tell you more about idolatry. I'm writing a book on what idolatry is, just to expose that to the church, just as the master showed. If there's anything that you love as much as you love God, or that you are devoted to more than you are devoted to God, see how serious you are on your job, how you are serious on your education, how you will give everything because you want to succeed. Let's see how you don't have time for prayer, you don't have time for quiet time with God, you don't have time. I mean, when it comes to God, you don't have time. You have time for every other thing except for the real thing. You are an idolater. We go to the football stadium and we can stay for 4 or 5 hours watching some boys run around. And when you come to church, you are looking at your watch, you say, this pastor has been talking now for 2 hours. Why is he not stopping? Because you have more important things to do with your time. See, idolatry, you see it in three ways. Let me say this quickly. Number one, how you handle your money. How much of your money is given to God? When you go home tonight, please do this exercise for me. Check how much of your money is used on God or for God's purposes and God's interest. And do the ratio with how much of it is spent on yourself and on your dreams. That will prophesy, will give you a sure word of prophecy. Because he said, where your treasure is, there also your heart is. So wherever the biggest share of your money goes to, that's exactly where your heart is. Don't tell us your heart is for God and most of your money is in the supermarket and is into things. Number two, how you manage your time. How much of your time is given to God per day? If you give more of your time doing Facebook, WhatsApp, and going about your things, and you don't have time to be with Him, don't tell us your heart is with God. It's not. You're an idolater. You just come into church. Oh, if I had time on that, I will tell you more things. Number three, your gifts and your talents. How much of them are they devoted to the service of God? Especially you, the musicians. He gave you the voice, but they have to pay you to sing for Him. He gave you the skills that you charge to serve God with them. You think He gave them to you as a capital for business? Hallelujah.